Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Heather Kirk Ballard. I'm from the LSU Ag Center, and it is just my pleasure to get to interview Dr. Edward Bush from the Louisiana State University Agricultural Center, my major advisor, as I studied horticulture and got my master's degree. And today we're here with HortLegends, our interviews, and we want to learn a little bit more about you, Dr. Bush. So tell us, what is your horticultural specialization and what are the primary positions you have held?
I would say basically that the my main areas of concentration have been ornamentals and turf grass, with a little bit of environmental management kind of mixed in there, basically for nursery production or turf production. So I did that, and I think when I first started, my first position was a little bit of plant breeding, and that was a little different. I didn't even expect to do that, but I was a research associate, and then I went from there to instructor in the department, and then I went ahead and went up the ladder in tenure, and so promotion to professor.
Yeah, okay, awesome. What has horticulture meant to your life and career?
I was kind of born into a horticulture family. My dad was a horticulturist for New Orleans City Park, and my brother was also a landscape horticulturist. So I had a long reign of horticulture in my life, and with that was a good perspective on what was going on, and knowing that it was always part of my life. As a child, actually had an Awari Satsuma tree for a birthday present. So I guess that would be the sign of what happened to me and why I ended up in horticulture, right? I even knew the cultivar name, right? And it entered the fruit into a contest. So there you go. That is my childhood story.
That's awesome. Everybody else has that kind of background after talking to other people that
That's funny.
it was their family that kind of pushed them down this road. Um, what do you consider to be the most rewarding part of your career in horticulture? I think I
Um,
know this.
um, I mean, there's no doubt about it. I think horticulture has always been part of my life, and it's been an important part. But it's definitely about sharing it with other people, particularly students, young people, old people, it's students of all ages. And one thing I've learned later in my career is working with children from different countries, even. And I think there's that magic of germinating a seed and watching it grow, and then if they pick the fruit or vegetable and eat it, they're more likely to eat vegetables and fruits. And you feel like you've kind of given them a good lesson in life that they can actually succeed in planting and growing plants. And then also, that love of growing plants is really important. I hate when people say they have a black thumb.
Oh, me
There's no
too,
such
right?
thing.
Me
There,
too.
it's a green thumb. That's what I always say. It's a green thumb.
Yeah, we see you support so many students, especially with their scientific research at St. Joseph's Academy in Baton Rouge, and that has been amazing to see you foster and care for those students and see them. It's important in horticulture to target those younger people
Absolutely.
and get them loving horticulture at a younger age and being interested
They
in
have
it.
to be exposed at an early age. And not everyone's for outside. It's okay if they want to be a lab rat and do a little lab thing. I'm good with that. But
Hey, I
it's
learned
just
that
yeah,
after my
yeah,
master's. I was like, I'm
but
done with this
yeah.
hot temperature. I wanted to be in the lab and I wanted to do lab research after that. But exposure is the thing, and having an excellent mentor like yourself to help foster that interest and care, and it's wonderful. All right, we got one for you. Another question. How long have you been a member of ASHS, and how has the society influenced your career?
I've been I guess coming to ASHS meetings or a Southern Region ASH meeting. My first one was in 1985, and I really was amazed at the depth of knowledge and the amount of interest in each area of horticulture. I personally was interested mostly in ornamental and turf grass, but to see people in pomology and olericulture and so forth, and the depth of knowledge, I'll keep saying that to extremes, I just hadn't envisioned that to be in the field of horticulture. So I think it opened my eyes, and some of those people became my mentors, and opened my eyes that there's a lot out there and it's never ending. I think we all learned in research, when you find an answer, you get 10 more questions. So I think
Absolutely.
that was a really nice thing to learn, when you see people there that really are passionate about what they like.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me this. Have you made lifelong friends
Oh,
at
absolutely.
ASHS? That's
Absolutely. Not one, not no, no, absolutely. I think that's how it is in horticulture, whether you're an extension agent like yourself, or myself in research mostly, is that your growers, the colleagues here, you learn so much. And I know we all want to go to the meetings, and we do, and we learn a lot, but also in the hall and talking to each other is so important on meeting other people and making those connections. And down the road, if you're going to go into horticulture and go in academia, those connections can be really important later in your career. So yeah, I do. Those lifelong friends, you see them all over the place, and it's wonderful. They're like family.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, next question. What advice can you offer to students or young professionals in horticulture?
Well, I think really an important thing to do, and it's kind of contrary to some people's beliefs, but that's okay. We all can have different beliefs. Is that I think that sometimes we need to resist staying in a comfort zone a little bit. You need to cast a wide net. I think that a lot of people want to do a specific thing, and that is true. When you do your PhD, you want to have a very specific interest. But I think, for me, I started off not even thinking I would ever do anything in pomology. As a matter of fact, I said the opposite. I would never do anything in pomology, and I would not do breeding, and I was never going to move to North Louisiana, and that's where I ended up, because back then it was a recession, and it was a little harder to find a job. So my first job was a research study doing peach and watermelon breeding in North Louisiana, and it's exactly what I said I would never do. So if you're in classes, if you're a student, you need to get all of the knowledge you can in every area of horticulture. Work with the graduate students that are your colleagues, and then if you can, learn all areas of horticulture equally, even if you don't think you're going to need it. Don't do like me. You're going to end up needing. And then the surprising thing is I've met people. I'm here today with Dr. Creech, and Dave Creech is a person. I met him through the blueberries and water quality in North Louisiana, and he's in Texas, and we're still friends. And it's amazing how that goes. And now he's working with ornamentals, and I am too. So you never know where the road's going to take you. So I think it's really important that you absolutely make sure that you make a wide net in knowledge, and your friends, regional workshops, working groups, and those people are going to help you throughout your career, and you're going to have a great time doing it.
Yeah, yeah, having that foundation knowledge and being adaptable and flexible, dynamic, able to change and learn about more things. I think I've experienced that in my career as well. Okay, last question. What excites you most about the future of the horticultural industry and the profession?
I think a lot of the new plant genetics coming out. I think it's really exciting. I think some of the old cultivars and all are exciting too. But with that come a lot of solutions to the problems we have. And this year, weather has been a major issue, whether it's too much or not enough, and high temperatures and low temperatures. But I think that is going to be our future, and that we need to look at the future, and we really need to we were talking about that in the hall early with some colleagues, that I don't think we get enough credit for what we do. We do create nutritious, nutrient rich foods for the masses, and we don't really tell people that. So I think as horticulturists, and I was going to talk to Mike Neff to see if they have a fellows group, but we need to have an old fellows group, and then, and I think we need to register them, and we could be the cheerleaders and scream from the top of the mountains, hey, what we do is important, and that we can solve a lot of problems, plus we can feed the world, and we have environmental issues. Let's plant trees, and you talk about climate change, but
Absolutely.
we don't let everyone know what we do. And I think that's something that we have to do a better job of. Yeah.
Well, it's humility and being
Yeah.
humble, and that's what we do
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
in horticulture, all H's,
But
humility
yeah.
and being humble.
So I think for the industry, I think that there's a lot of exciting things. I've always been interested in environmental impacts and so forth, and a lot of other colleagues have done breeding and so forth. But the new genetics and what do you do with it? And I think that's really important.
Well, Ed, you have definitely been someone special in my life.
Well,
My
thank you.
kids are at the swimming pool here
Yeah,
right now, and they're like, Uncle Ed is
yeah.
here and all that jazz.
Chick-fil-A, here we go. Yep, that's it.
We make lifelong friends.
Yes,
We influence each other. We help each other. And that's the thing about horticulture and ASHS that makes it so special. All this networking, all the knowledge, all the sharing of knowledge, collaboration, and having a family-friendly type environment
I
that makes
agree.
it special. And so
That's
thank you, Ed, for
I
being
appreciate it.
here, Dr. Bush.
Thanks for
And
inviting
thank
me.
you for the interview.
I appreciate it.